Downsizing, growing a family, relocating, or facing tough times, you shouldn't navigate it alone. I'm Laura Bonta Bush with Woods Bros Realty, and I'm here to guide you with all your real estate needs. As wife of football coach Bill Bush, I understand the importance of teamwork and making sure you are supported every step of the way with honesty, integrity, and compassion. If you're looking for a game plan to buy or sell your home, text or call me at 402-525-0843. That's 402-525-0843.
Limitless Male says it's all fun and games until your testosterone plummets. Testosterone levels can start falling as early as age 30 with symptoms like no energy, poor sleep, brain fog, belly fat, muscle loss, and mood swings. If this sounds familiar, get your testosterone checked at Limitless Male. We'll get you back in the game with more strength, energy, and confidence. When you feel this good, you'll wonder why you waited so long to get a free consult at Limitless Male. Get scheduled today.
Are you tired of living in pain? At Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery, they make it simple. From head to toe, spine to extremities, they've got you covered. Their multi-specialty team of experts in orthopedic surgery, plastic surgery, podiatry, physical therapy, and occupational therapy all work under one roof to get you back to living life pain-free. Don't wait another day. Visit prairie-ortho.com today or call them at 402-489-4700. Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery, where healing begins.
If one of the things running through your mind as a business owner is the recurring worry of possible cyber attacks, you can let out a sigh of relief. Hamilton Business Technologies has you covered. As the official business IT partner of the Huskers, we offer real-time threat monitoring, advanced security protocols, and more to keep your data safe from harm. We care about the success of Nebraska businesses and communities like yours. Learn how we can help you at hamiltonisbusiness.com.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait. Apply now.
Give your furnace a break with the help of Heartland of Nebraska Windows. Heartland of Nebraska Windows offers a free estimate, full window replacements, all vinyl triple pane windows, and a lifetime warranty of everything, while still keeping their prices affordable. Sounds too good to be true, right? Heartland of Nebraska Windows is locally and family owned with their own team of installers. Give the window experts at Heartland of Nebraska Windows a call today at 402-430-3852 or visit them online at heartlandofnebraskawindows.com. Elevate your home or business with the help of Heartland of Nebraska Windows today.
Several irrigation contractors in Lincoln go out of business every year, leaving sprinkler system orphans begging for service. The folks at Judson Irrigation shed a tear for these little fellas. They've been coddling these orphans for more than 40 years. From redesign, repairing, replacing, and restoring, remember the Judson Irrigation Orphanage.
Call the Judson Irrigation Orphanage 402-420-6277 or judsonirrigation.com.
Looking for a financial partner that truly makes a difference? Modern Woodman is a member-owned fraternal financial services organization. We can help you plan for all stages of life, from protection to saving to retirement. We also offer member benefits, social activities, and volunteer opportunities to help your family and community.
I'm Sean Erickson, your Modern Woodman representative in Lincoln. Call me at 402-483-6515 to start the conversation.
Modern Woodman of America, touching lives, securing futures.
No cravings, no hunger pains, no struggle. Thanks to GLP-1s from Limitless Male, weight loss is possible. Picture this. Your clothes fit better, your energy's up, your doctor's impressed, and your friends start noticing. Limitless Male's GLP-1 program is medically monitored and changing men's lives. There's no better time than now to get on board. Lose the weight, better your health, gain your confidence without being hungry. Free consult at limitlessmale.com.
Big news, Nebraska. Love Omaha is now Love Nebraska. This is more than just a new name. It's a tribute to what Nebraska represents in the world of volleyball. It's still the same team with the same mission, led by players you know and love. Now backed by a new ownership group led by Jordan Larson. As Love Nebraska, they're entering an exciting new chapter, pushing for a championship title in 2026 and building new opportunities for the next generation of players across the state. They want you with them. Let's show the world how Nebraska plays volleyball. Join the movement at lovneb.com and sign up to become a Love Nebraska Insider today. 93.7 The Ticket is proud to provide listeners with daily opportunities to win contests and prizes on our airwaves, and would like to take this opportunity to remind you of a couple rules. All participants must be 21 or older and must wait 30 days after winning a prize to participate in another contest. Once you win, you have 30 days to pick up your prize at the KNTK Studios, 1040 O Street in Lincoln, or your prize will be forfeited. Thank you for participating in our contests, and thank you for listening to 93.7 The Ticket.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com.
On the internet.
KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket. It's time to go one-on-one with DP. Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Here is your host, Derek Pearson, brought to you by Canopy Street Market.
Boom. Saturday afternoon live in your face. Oh, Tristan, I have to say it right. In your face.
There we go.
In your face. Can't play with it on a Saturday. And if I'm here Saturday afternoon pre-football, some conversations about to go down. Your Saturday sports ticket here. You know how to be a part of it. The Starter Heyman text line. 402-464-5685. Text in, hit me with a what's up, and I'll include you in the conversation. Lots to talk about on a busy weekend. You can follow on all the live video streams, Facebook, YouTube, X, Allo Channel 961, and download the Ticket app if you haven't, so you can take us where you're going. Also, Amazon Prime. Load it up and get it in. Special guest. Disclaimer in full that one-on-one adheres firmly to the Gump family rules. It is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get or where it's going to end up. So I'm saying it to you in advance because family is in the crib and we're about to have some conversations different than conversations had previously and prior. It is a big First Serve weekend here in downtown Lincoln. It has brought the world to Lincoln and brought the eyes to Lincoln. When it comes to volleyball, we talk about it and we claim it as the hub. All eyes brought in the first games of the year. Last night, 2 wins. Nebraska knocks off the number 1 team, knocks off number 3 Pitt, and those pesky number 6 Stanford Cardinals come in and find their way reverse sweep. They get the work done to win in 3 in a row to get through. And as a part of that, most of you know some of the basketball history of my time in Utah. Amongst those are people, really good people. And now, look, we're getting old, and those people that we've worked with and around now have kids who are in the college game. And my guest today has excelled in a couple of things in life. 1, being a decent human being. 2, his athletic career. And 3, he has produced some incredible young athletes. Again, with one of them wearing the Stanford Cardinal red and playing volleyball for Stanford. But my guest, his name is Tony Harvey. What's happening, brother?
GP, appreciate that, bro. Could not have written a better intro. In fact, if I can have that for later.
Hey, we'll clip it. We'll clip it.
For me. I appreciate that.
We'll clip it.
Thanks for having me.
No, it is. I appreciate you making time. And again, you're in town. One, being the super dad that you are, and being a proud dad, and for all the reason in the world, you have done exceptionally well. We'll get to who Tony Harvey is, but we'll get to the dad version of it first, because producing Division I athletes, and then, oh, by the way, if you're going to be good enough to be a Division I athlete and get into Stanford, you have said a thing out loud. So first of all, how proud are you of your young ladies?
Oh man, extremely proud. Proud doesn't really tell it all. You know, every single day, really, with these girls and all my kids, but these two in particular, for sports reasons, have been some of the more proud moments of my life. I mean, growing up coaching my kids from when they were, yay high, and then watching them excel to the point where I'm now asking them, "Hey, explain the game to me. This is what I see. This is what I'm missing," and just having them in a cerebral way explain what they're seeing. It's better than playing, to be quite honest. It's better than playing because you're seeing yourself do it in a smaller, younger form, and to watch yourself in that form do it and sort of be there, it's unreal.
We as parents, we aspire. We like to say we want them healthy, we want them wise, and then we want them to aspire to be greater than us.
Absolutely.
And I think fairly that if you get one child who excels, you have several. Tell me this story about. Let me talk about your young people.
Yes.
Talk to me.
So I'll start with Jordan Harvey. She's now entering her junior year at Stanford, and like I said, it's one of those dreams that we've seen become real over the past 4 or 5 years. I mean, obviously, basketball players growing up, we knew the game, we watched the game, we loved the game, and really, at an early age, we realized that athleticism doesn't only have just sort of one cup. And volleyball was something that she took to early. Her mom was a volleyball player. I became a volleyball fan through my young girls. And then just watching her tell me, 13 years old, I'm going to Stanford. And as a Southern California guy, public school Southern California guy, thinking about Stanford, it was a little bit far-fetched for me, right? Anybody who knew me growing up as a kid, I was a USC guy. I was a Southern Cal guy. We watched the Nebraska games in the Big Ten, back then go against. Oh, sorry, that was Big 12 back in those days.
Mm-hmm.
And then as they moved to the Big Ten, kind of rooting with or against a place like Nebraska for a number of reasons. I was a Southern Cal guy.
Mm-hmm.
Stanford was the other side. They were the private school in the North that really was hard to grasp for the public school Southern California, South LA kids.
Mm-hmm.
And then I moved, and my life took, some very different directions. And now I see my daughters growing up, and she said early on, I'm going to Stanford. When I asked why, she said, I want to go to the school that's the best school. I want to go back to California, which is where she was born. And I want to go to two things, the best school for sports and the best school I can find for academics. And she called me and said, is that Stanford, Dad? And I, as an ex-Trojan guy who's a University of Utah grad,
right,
I had to sort of swallow my pride and say, yeah, honey, I think that is Stanford, and we're a 13-year-old, she was 13, 14 years old. And at the time, her mom and I, we thought, you know what, we're going to shoot for Stanford. And if we miss and we hit SC or UCLA or Utah or Nebraska, that's a win. But honey, we're shooting for Stanford. I'm not, and over the course of years and, days and weeks and months of developing and getting better and recruiting in the process, there was a moment where I said, hey, how good is she? She's pretty dang good. Again, I got dad goggles on, right?
Right.
She's pretty dang good. And her mom, who's a volleyball player, had to look at me and say, yeah, she's good. How good can she be? She can be as good as she wants to be. And at that point, it became real for us. And we said, what can we do to help you academically, athletically, financially, whatever it takes to get you to where you want to go? And, we've been blessed. She's been blessed for that opportunity. And just watching that play out is amazing. Her youngest sister, Taylor, who is now a freshman, she just signed at the University of Texas in Austin. And she was there. And by the way,
we're forgiving you. We're forgiving you. We are actively forgiving you. But we have to be kind about it because the transfer portal is a real thing. So we have to keep it. We have to keep it open. The recruiting process is still active.
Let me say this. 2 years ago?
Yeah.
For the 90,000 game, the
yeah.
Memorial game.
Yeah.
So being in Lincoln at that time, that was my second time ever being in Lincoln for one reason or another. And being in Lincoln for that atmosphere, for that reason, with the family that I was like, that top 3 lifetime sports achievements for me. And for everybody, I know everybody in this area, they love that. They still talk about it. The entire volleyball world talks about it. And anybody who wasn't there, who asked me about it, when they see it on my, Instagram post or something, I say, listen, one of the best sports experiences I've ever been a part of. And the best sports experience I've been a part of that wasn't me competing directly. So thank you to the University of Nebraska. We were out here on a recruiting trip for that. And in the end, she ended up, signing with the University of Texas, but it was Texas, Nebraska, and some others in that order, right? Coach Cook, who was an amazing coach, obviously we know what he did for this program, and Coach Jalen and everybody who was there that weekend. And through that process, nothing but great things to say about their staff. And I mean, again, that will always go down unless I guess Utah does a 93,000 or something like that. That will always go down as one of the best experiences of my life. So thank you to Lincoln for that. University of Nebraska.
Taylor going to Texas, and then Utah in the picture. Explaining the loyalty to the University of Utah.
Yeah.
And the value system in play, that you kind of want them to stay home, wherever home is currently, but home being in several places, the California aspect of it in play. As far as the recruiting, your daughters have been recruited by everybody, top of the line. What was give the folks a little, as a dad and a former athlete, what recruiting was like, especially for volleyball, because most fans don't get that behind the scenes look to what is on the priority list for parents.
Wow. For me, it was just find your fit. We started with that. Whether it's we from the moment my kids were 0 years old, we joked about Southern Cal as a California guy. Then the University of Utah, we had rivals with a school like a BYU or a UCLA. Tongue in cheek, I would say, you're not going to BYU. In reality, BYU is the best fit for them. They're going to BYU.
Yeah.
You're not putting on powder blue and claiming the Bruins.
Bruh, say that.
You're not doing that. And I think I'm still kind of,
some kind of way.
Yeah, that was the one we still kind of hold true to. But for the most part, it was, hey, let me learn what your sort of goals are and what your personality type was. And there was a point where I taught and I spoke and but then I listened. What do you want out of a university? What do you want out of a program? Let's talk to the coaching staff. And my job, as a parent, was more, these are the experiences I've had, whether it was a coach dealing with athletes or an athlete dealing with coaches or a fan base. These are the things that I saw and what spoke to me as a student athlete. Can I give you a little bit of that? And then after that, it was, what do you want in life? What do you want to accomplish? For a young female, I think it was different for even me. When I was a kid, they weren't looking towards how do I get to the league. So then it became, hey, what's the best decision for you in the rest of your life? And if it's, can I get an undergrad degree here and then possibly go to grad school? I want to go to Stanford. I want to go to Stanford and be this. Okay, honey, well, let's get you to Stanford and do that. For Taylor, what experience do you want? I wanted to leave. She wanted to leave Utah. I think both of my daughters, they love Salt Lake City. We love the area, but they've known that for 17 years of their life. They always know that they can always come back home, and wherever mom and dad are, that's home. Go experience the world. Go back and experience the South or the West or whatever the university experience may look like. And you can always come back here, whether it's come back for home or come to grad school. And that was really it. After that, it was listening to my kids, sort of giving, an older, mature perspective on what to look for. Don't be, overly impressed by the glitz and the glamour and the lights and all the flash. This is what you can expect out of a recruiting trip. And let me tell you if some of that is kind of, glitz and glamour and how much of it felt real to me. And then, I just watched, I experienced. I've had some of my better experiences as a parent watching the recruiting process from, sort of behind the scenes. Just let me sit back and watch my kids as they're experiencing it. And then, that was it. I mean, kudos to a lot of the coaches in this, country with what they're doing for sports. For the most part, always respectful, always, sort of family oriented, and gave the vibe of, being a family first, being a team and what's important. And, there were hard decisions. There are always hard decisions when you have 3 or 4 really good choices to make. Right. And for that, those were the toughest. But at the end, There are no wrong decisions here. You have a great decision, a great decision, a pretty good decision, make one, and then we'll live with the results. And so far, extremely happy with where we are, extremely happy with the experiences, and even being able to come back here and experience it. Tomorrow afternoon, we're playing against the University of Nebraska and talking to some of the people, who have been with us. Just to see them again, it's fun, man. And I see them as a way, I've been fortunate to be with my daughters. They've started sort of my sports clock over again. I've been able to go back through a freshman year and the sophomore slumps and preparing for your junior. It's been awesome. So I appreciate them. I appreciate sort of, utilizing my kids to just stay a fan and become a fan of, number one, women's sports, and an entirely new sport that I had no idea was this big and this exciting and this successful when I was growing up. And it's been amazing.
That's been part of the transformation of the sport. We're talking to Tony Harvey, of course, played at University of Utah, and is just excelling. I mean, and my apologies in advance. I tell people all the time, first time somebody comes on one-on-one, there's zero chance we can get to everything that we would want to get to in an hour. Just doesn't work that way. Tony's way too interesting. If he told somebody to tell his life story in an hour, he'd be offended. Like that.
Hey, we need non-disclosures,
right? Like there's a big part of it in the today's version of volleyball, and as your daughters discuss it and go through it, that women's pro volleyball has now evolved and become a thing. And here locally, of course, the Omaha Supernovas win year 1 of the Pro Volleyball Federation. Love Volleyball Omaha, now Love Volleyball Nebraska is in play. Utah has Love Volleyball as it expands. Now, is that a part of your purview? Is that part of the potential? Is that a part of the plan?
Absolutely. It's one of those things now we can sit back and enjoy sort of reaping the benefits of the hard work from a financial as well as from you've reached your goal to play at the highest level possible. And I would say before the professional, reigns came into the United States, it was, well, maybe you can go play overseas, find a great place to live. You can go play somewhere like Italy. Hey, mom and dad would love to go visit you in Spain or Italy or where those places are. But now we can say you can play at home. You can play, in a place like Omaha, in a place like Salt Lake City, and some other places in America. That's awesome. The other piece is, as a kid growing up, you want to play and compete at the highest level possible, right? At least in the previous generation, that was, you got to play D1 or Power 5 or, get to a Final Four. And that was it from a women's perspective. Men, we know we can play pro and do a bunch of things. Now we're saying, hey, let's study the pros. Taylor, she was fortunate enough for her senior year at high school before she, after she had committed to playing at the D1 level, she became really close with the Love Volleyball program there in Salt Lake. And they almost, it was more of a mentorship with the professionals. And we're talking about a 16, 17-year-old, high school junior who's able to just learn how they work out. How do they prepare? How do they practice? How do they communicate? You're talking about grown women now, right? And that was awesome for a year or so before she was able to take off and go to Austin. It was, watch this young lady. She's 26 years old with 2 kids and other things to worry about. And this is how she prepares every day to compete, right? All you have to do is do homework, keep your room clean, get good grades, and compete, just continue.
You said that so casually, Dad.
That's how we try to tell the kids. But but it was real. It's like, hey, this sports thing can do a lot for you for a long time. And for her to sit around and learn from the pros, now she has a goal of saying, I can accomplish that. I've been competing with these girls. They're friends of mine. They're coworkers of mine. And it gave her a different, more unique perspective to how she prepares. And it's been nothing but great for her.
One of the young ladies there in Salt Lake City played here with Supernovas. Roy Dixon is she's a veteran in the sport, but she's an ambassador, and she would talk about what it meant to a teenage girl and teenage athlete, a tall teenage athlete, to see your own people, right? To know that it's okay, right? To feel comfortable and to watch swagger and to watch confidence and not feel awkward because, you know what, I'm in the top 1% of this thing, and normally I feel uncomfortable in it. How important is that for her to see people I mean, look, she won the genetic lottery, but still finding other people outside of the house who fall in that line.
It's a great question. We, Mom and I, we dealt with that even before the kids were young enough to deal with it. We knew, through my height and mom's height, our family, our kids are probably going to be on the taller side. We were conscious of making sure that wasn't, an issue, or that wasn't, considered a problem for them, and that was more of a blessing. We grew up hearing, hey, how tall is your daughter, or how tall is your mom? I mean, my mother's 6'2". We have 6'8", 6'10" in our family. 6'6" in our family, literally walks out of middle school, right? So,
Tristan, you hear this? You hear this, right? You tall people crack me up.
6'5"
You tall people crack me up. Y'all say this so casual. Like us shorties out here struggling, and y'all going to try to make me feel bad because you 6'6". Stop it.
I distinctly remember being surprised the first time someone told me that the average height of a man wasn't 6'1". And I thought to myself, there's no way there's people still walking around here.
How did you not evolve?
What's going on?
It's just what we expect. Yeah, we're tall people, and we expect yeah.
I don't even.
Especially playing basketball, you're like, I got to be 6'5" if I want to do something good. Yeah,
if I want to do something. I don't even really. I don't remember when I started to notice people who were 5'7" until.
Man,
but with the girls, it was important that they knew if you're 6 foot or 6'2" or 6'5" or 6'7". You are not only you're special, you're extraordinary, and for good reasons. And that was never an issue for our girls, right? From an early age, obviously you talk about a middle school young lady, they grew faster than the boys. We have heard that. It was important for us to make sure her confidence grew with that. And whether you're playing basketball as a young lady and you're dominating on the court against the boys, or you're just walking around the high school as a ninth grade freshman, walk through with confidence, shoulders, back and head held high. And they've had that their entire life. Even talking to my kids today, they've never lost that. Now, when you walk into an arena or you walk into a convention center with young ladies, and even for me, I was walking through like, oh my goodness, there were really, this is where all the 6'6", 6'7", females are playing volleyball. As a basketball coach, I wondered, where are all these 6'5" through 6'8" ladies at? Oh, they're on the volleyball court. And not only are they tall, they're confident, they're beautiful, they're happy, they're dominating on the court. And that's when I fell in love with the sport and what it could do for my girls, not only on the court, but off the court. They're confident, knowing that, I'll be, 6 foot plus, and I'll be able to have a crew of, women that are my sisters. They're all 6 foot plus, and we're gorgeous, and we're confident, we're smart, we're intelligent, all the things that you want any human being to be, but for sure your young daughter's coming up, and we can accredit that directly to sports. And to this day, now we're competing at this level, and I look, my kids are saying, you know what? If I was your height, Dad, and then it's yada, 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 I never would have guessed my kids would wish to be 6'7" as a young female. But now she's like, if I was 6'7", I'm for sure a lock for the Olympic team. And those types of, goals are like, I can embrace that because she'll never be insecure about being 6'3" or never feel like, 6'1" or 6'2" is somehow, a deterrent for anybody. So that's been extremely huge, and that's credited directly to sports.
We are talking to Tony Harvey. We'll go to break. When we come back, I need Tony to get into, in this day of NIL and transfer portal, as the former athlete, I'm sure that he, in his blood, it moves a certain way. As a dad, it moves in another. We'll have that discussion. And then I'll ask his opinion on Pinnacle Bank Arena on night one, first serve, what it was like for Stanford and family and fans, all of those things. Don't go anywhere. More Tony Harvey here on One-on-One.
Saturday. Eagle Raceway is open for a full season of dirt track racing action every Saturday night. Don't miss the epic battles on the high banks of Eagle Raceway each Saturday between the Nebraska Septic Sprint Cars, Nebraska Lottery Modifieds, Avid Realty Sport Mods, Valentino's Hobby Stocks, and A1 Iron Stock Cars. Let's go racing. Eagle Raceway, just 10 miles east of Lincoln on O Street. Check out the full schedule at eagleraceway.com.
We strive to help people get into home ownership. That is the American dream. Having something that you can go home at night and say, this is mine, is very important. The great thing about Remington Homes is affordability.
Bob Benish of Aspen Builders, talking about their exciting new division, Remington Homes, which makes the home building process easier.
The exciting thing about a Remington home is you get to choose your floor plan from predetermined floor plans. We give you a lot of choices, and you couple that with our great lot selection in all different areas. People do not want to be married to their house payment. They want to get a nice house with nice finishes in a great area for an affordable price. And that's what Remington Homes are all.
Harvest season is coming, and Acres has discounted many of our late model John Deere combines. Get thousands in discounts and upgrade for this year's harvest. Plus, you could save even more with interest rates starting as low as 1.9% on select units. Low interest rates combined with our huge discounts, there's not a better time to buy. Visit acres.com for all the details. That's AKRS.com. Restrictions apply. Offer ends August 31st, 2025. Subject to approved financing. Offer may change anytime without notice.
Hey fans, there's more winning at Amigos with the VIP Game Day giveaway. Every app scan is your chance to win premium tickets to a Nebraska football, basketball, and volleyball game, along with exclusive game day perks. And when Nebraska goes to a bowl, the winner also gets 2 tickets, lodging, and airfare to the bowl game. Weekly semifinalists will win free food for a year. Go Big Red. Eat at Amigos and enter to win.
Amigos is celebrating 45 years with exclusive Nebraska Legends collectible cups featuring Tom Osborne, John Cook, and some of your favorite Huskers. For every cup sold, 50 cents goes to teammates. Show your Big Red pride by getting all 4 of these collectible cups at Amigos.
This is Tom Osborne with the Teammates Mentoring Program. We have students on the waiting list for a mentor, and we want you to join the team. Learn more about mentoring and support teammates by visiting Amigos.
An overdose can happen in front of you and you might not realize it. Blue lips, slowed breathing, pinpoint pupils, choking sounds, unresponsive to touch or sounds. These signs aren't always obvious, but they can be deadly. Knowing what to do could save your friend, your neighbor, your child. Learn more by visiting myhealthymind.crediblemmind.com so you can be ready before it happens. This message is funded in part by the CDC OD2A grant.
This is former Husker and NFL linebacker Jay Foreman. For years, I've suffered from degenerative problems in both of my ankles, but thanks to a thorough and thought-out plan provided by Advanced Medical Imaging, I was able to get my life back with the least amount of pain as possible. While working through multiple options, the team of physicians at Advanced Medical Imaging were there to answer any questions I had. If you're experiencing any pain at all and want to get your life back, go to amimaging.com or give them a call at 402-484-6677. Advanced Medical Imaging, located at 7601 Pioneers Boulevard.
At Parkview Animal Hospital in Lincoln, it's not just their professional care that sets them apart, but their warm staff and state-of-the-art facilities. Whether it's for a routine checkup or a comprehensive medical procedure, at Parkview, your pet isn't just another number, but a valued member of their caring family. Visit them at pahlincoln.com today and in person just south of 14th and Pine Lake Road. Parkview Animal Hospital, your pet, their passion for happier, healthier, furry friends.
Limitless Male says it's all fun and games until your testosterone plummets. Testosterone levels can start falling as early as age 30 with symptoms like no energy, poor sleep, brain fog, belly fat, muscle loss, and mood swings. If this sounds familiar, get your testosterone checked at Limitless Male. We'll get you back in the game with more strength, energy, and confidence. When you feel this good, you'll wonder why you waited so long to get a free consult at Limitless Male. Get scheduled today.
I'm Karen Carr. I've been a realtor for 31 years. When I made a company change 12 years ago, I chose Lincoln First Realty, now NP Dodge. It's the oldest independently owned realty company in the country. Since becoming NP Dodge, we've continued our tradition of community involvement. Our management and staff are always available to offer support in marketing, technology, social media, and educational opportunities.
Expand your career with NP Dodge. Call Eric at 402-434-2222.
Are you looking to upgrade or improve the garage door on your home? This is Cameron Hall of Doors Plus. At Doors Plus, we guarantee to offer a wide selection of options from 5 leading garage door manufacturers as we deliver a free estimate, exact measurements, and rapid installation with a 3 to 5 week time frame. When you choose Doors Plus for your residential garage door needs, you'll work with our experienced technicians and be ensured that your new door seamlessly complements your home. Give us a call at 402-590-5800 or visit us online at DoorsPlusLLC.com. Doors Plus, garage doors and more.
You're listening to One-on-One with DP, sponsored by Mary Ellen's Food for the Soul on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome back. One-on-one on a Saturday. Good stuff all the way around. My guest, special guest, Tony Harvey, University of Utah basketball, super dad. It has been an interesting journey to be able to say that your young people are excelling and you're aware of what's happening, but also a spectator in full, because as it evolves, you have to be a North Star. In a world that is not, it's not black and white anymore. You don't just pick Stanford or Texas and go and stay. You pick Stanford after considering what everybody else says your value is, right? Now, NIL money is a part of the recruiting conversation. The school in play all have different ideas and concepts to what NIL is and what the value of their student athletes are in the space. Now, I'm going to go out on a limb here, Tony, and say that Stanford and Texas do not believe in the same NIL systems.
That would be a safe bet. Absolutely.
It is. They do not go about the money business in the same way.
Not even a little bit. Not even a little bit.
So, as the dad, how do you navigate those murky waters? Because not only is it a part of recruiting, it's a part of the development to get recruited. It's a part of the evaluations. You know, you can look in the mirror, look across to the neighbor's fence to see what the girl across the street is getting.
Right.
You can find out what the girls in the locker room are getting. You can find out what your sister's getting. And then, oh, by the way, you have to keep notes, because in today's era, if you're not getting what you want or what you're worth, you're simply one season away from being back in the pool.
Absolutely.
How do you approach all this?
Oh, man. Again, that was more, I mean, we were learning on the fly as well. You know, as that was happening, the NIL, world started to change, and it came fast. Where you're saying, 1 year, the conversations are about this and your experience and the degree, the atmosphere in the city and where you live. And then the next phone call could be, hey, by the way, let's meet our collective. And this is what our athletes are making. And as a parent, you can look at some of those numbers. And on one hand, you're saying, well, wait a minute, hold on. That's a really good career job.
That's a number.
That's a great number.
That's a number.
Yeah. And I don't even know if your 16-year-old son or daughter who's being recruited at the time really knows what that number means relative to what human beings are making.
They're making you look bad. You are given an allowance, man. Look, I know the Harvey family. Listen, those are different numbers on the piece of paper.
Absolutely. When you have your kid looking around and say, well, I can make that. Well, Dad,
why am I taking out the trash?
100%.
Why?
So those conversations are there. And again, that's one of those, hey, don't look at the shiny object over here. Make sure you're locked in on what your true goals are. And, the foundation of what the decision was going to be made on was based on the foundational goals. What do you want to be when you're 50? What do you want to be, when you're 30? At 19, you can do a lot of cool things and make a lot of cool, quick, but what does this degree and this experience really mean? And for that reason we had to, lock in on certain things. Stanford, for example, Jordan wanted to be a professional, whether she talked about med school and she talked about maybe law school or whatever that looks like. She said, I'm going to Stanford. And it would take a lot for me, whether I'm going to Stanford as an undergrad or a volleyball player or grad school, I'm going to Stanford. Perfect. That was easy. Taylor was one where she was open to a little bit of anything. There was one time on a recruiting trip, I won't say where we were, but she said, the coach says something about, not controlling where the kids live. And Taylor was like, well, hey, if I wanted to, could I live in an RV on campus and just kind of paint and study? Coach said, absolutely. And I don't even know if he realized how that lit her a lot, because that was her personality. Like, I don't know what I want to do. For those of us who were alive after the 60s and the hippies, she was as close to a hippie born, in the late, as I've known. So the concept of NIL and how much money I could make wasn't a big factor for them until it was. Until they got there and until it became real. And then you're looking around and say, wait a minute, how much does rent cost? How much is gas? How much? I got to pay for all that with what they're giving us? Yeah. Well, I got to make more money. And then that's when the conversations turn real. Well, this is how and we've just helped navigate those discussions like any parent would, with their young professional, right? You're here to do a job. And what you're offered or what you get or what you're worth for us was always based on do your job. If you go and you play well and you win in life, those things will take care of itself, right? If you come in and you say, hey, who's going to give me the most money to show up and promise you that I'll put my name on the paper, that rarely works out in the real world. Where do you want to live? Where do you want to be happy? How do you want to wake up every morning and go to and lay your head on your pillow every evening? Let's focus on that. And then if you enjoy what you're doing and the people you're doing it with and you do a good job, the money will come, honey. Like, focus on doing your job. And that's been sort of, our message from the family down. And I think both of them made their decisions there. They're extremely happy. We don't have a lot of NIL conversations now. Whenever a call comes in or someone wants to promote or, utilize their name or their likeness, we'll talk about it. But it's always in the concept of, are we being rewarded for doing our job the right way? Or are you representing the brand in the right way? Hey, we're going to throw you X amount of dollars if you just come over here and be. Well, no, that doesn't make sense. So it hasn't been a difficult conversation because I believe in my girls. They have a pretty good head on their shoulders. I do know if young Tony was making
sir,
I don't know. I don't know where I'd be right now, but I can tell you, yeah.
Yeah, listen. Especially in the Rick Majerus Utah run.
Listen, and in the Rick Majerus Utah run, there were so many rough days that if somebody had offered me something shiny, I probably would have. Yeah.
I mean, listen. In that era of college coaches, and Majerus is a great example, right? I've told the story here that my first day in Utah, when I first got there, of course, I had to go through the gauntlet that was Stockton Malone.
Yep.
And then I had to go meet Coach Mack for football. But then for basketball, they told me to go to Majerus's hotel suite.
Oh, suite.
Go to hotel suite.
University Marriott.
Right? And go.
Yeah,
you had to go now because he need to check out the new guy, right? He need to see. Okay, what are you built from?
I've had many one-on-one meetings that I wasn't prepared to have with Coach Majerus.
Bruh, nobody told me. Nobody told me. Rick Majerus, again, in that era, he's in the top 10 of coaches anyway. But in that era, Majerus was the dude. And I'm the new guy, and you go to his hotel suite. He opened it, knock on the door. He opened the door, and he had on as little clothes as any human being could ever have, and was never more comfortable in his life.
Now, I didn't know what we were going to talk about on the radio. I didn't know if he was going to go with the naked Majerus.
Oh, naked Majerus was a thing. Let me explain to you. And I had a conversation with myself, standing at the door, right? Literally. And I said some things to myself in word combinations that I had not said before. Like, Dad, I need you right now. Right. I need to know what to do. And this man is standing there holding a pizza. And I mean a whole pizza. And he lived by himself. And he is as naked as a jaybird. Come on in.
How do you prepare yourself for that?
There is no preparation, Tristan. There's zero preparation. I was a professional. I have dealt with every great coach that were available in every sport. And not a single one showed up at his door naked as a jaybird holding a pizza. Like that.
Now, I will say this, Tristan. So I was prepared. Right? I heard the stories. I knew when Rick Majerus walked in to recruit me, I knew what it was about. And then, you ask questions. I knew it was, Now, for the listeners out there, Salt Lake, it wasn't a weird kind of illegal, not improper.
No.
Naked, locker room. You walk the locker room, your teammates are showering. He was a teammate. He's my boss, but, so I just want to say for the record, it wasn't
he was the boss. That part.
It was less Louis C.K. naked and more just, But you couldn't, you don't prepare because it's never a conversation that you're ready to have when you're having at the time. I may get the phone call, hey, coach wants to meet you. About what? It could be anything. I don't know. Coach wants to meet you.
He put on a robe.
Yeah, and it's like, all right.
He put on a robe, sat on the couch. We conducted. It wasn't even an interview. It was just him sizing me up, right? Like, okay, can I trust this guy? Will he stare me in the eye and have real conversations with me? Can he get past the nonsense? Yeah. And I knew that to the players who play there, and that's a different crew of Utah. Like, that's a different era of Utah. But my goodness, it made me realize, Fred Hoiberg, thank you. Let me just say it out loud. Fred Hoiberg, thank you very much. Matt Rule, thank you very much. Appreciate y'all.
It prepares you for any working condition for the rest of your life.
Yeah, it's there.
It was there.
Again, I made it clear there's zero chance Tony I could get through everything we want to talk about in the hour. But we'll go to break, come back. We will close out this hour of one-on-one here on The Ticket.
At Valentino's, we're on a mission for tradition. On every slice, for every bite. Golden baked crust, cooked to perfection every time. Savory sweet sauce that's made from our own secret recipe. Loaded with the perfect amount of fresh toppings and melty mozzarella cheese. It's the tradition that Nebraskans have come to love. From game day to every day. Valentino's. Taste the tradition.
Give your furnace a break with the help of Heartland of Nebraska Windows. Heartland of Nebraska Windows offers a free estimate, full window replacements, all vinyl triple pane windows, and a lifetime warranty of everything, while still keeping their prices affordable. Sounds too good to be true, right? Heartland of Nebraska Windows is locally and family owned with their own team of installers. Give the window experts at Heartland of Nebraska Windows a call today at 402-430-3852 or visit them online at heartlandofnebraskawindows.com. Elevate your home or business with the help of Heartland of Nebraska Windows today.
A1 Automotive's second location is now open at 5110 State Hill Drive, just off of Yankee Hill Road. The new location continues to specialize in all makes and models and provides personalized service as they have for 15 years. With the school year here, A1 Automotive reminds you that college students get 10% off any service, and they offer free tire repair with a valid college ID. Schedule your appointment today at a1autolincoln.com and visit their new location in South Lincoln at 5110 State Hill Drive or downtown at 11th and L.
Have you been injured in an accident and don't know where to turn? You need an attorney you can trust to handle your case with professionalism and compassion. The attorneys at Liberty Law Group understand that a call to an attorney is a call for help. If you've been injured, we want to help you. Liberty Law's experienced attorneys are committed to the pursuit of justice for those injured. Call Liberty Law and find out how we can help you get the compensation you deserve. Call 877-42-LIBERTY. Call the trial attorneys you can trust. 877-42-LIBERTY.
Schweizo Construction is now hiring for skilled craftsmen, steel erectors, concrete workers, and general laborers. Schweizo Construction offers great benefits like premium wages, health and dental insurance, paid holidays and vacation, 401k with company match, life insurance, and disability insurance. They pride themselves on a legacy of 40 years built on integrity and trust. Joining their team means becoming part of a family that values hard work, dedication, and mutual respect. Apply today at Schwizo.com. That's SCHWISOW.com.
Since 1983, Fast Mike's Roll-Offs have been a trusted and reliable company in Lincoln and the surrounding areas. Fast Mike's handles all sides of construction projects, home renovations, or big cleanouts. With the perfect size dumpster to fit your needs, Fast Mike's Roll-Offs will haul it all. With same-day delivery in Lincoln, affordable rates, and top-notch service, Fast Mike's Roll-Offs make cleanup quick and easy. Call now at 402-450-6828 or visit us online at fastmikesrolloffs.com. Book your dumpster today. Fast Mike's Roll-Offs, cleanup made simple.
Are you looking for an exciting new way to put your skills to work? Explore new career options in the fintech industry at Currency, a Sandhills Global company. We offer full-time positions in financial sales, compliance, operations, and other fields. We also offer a 4.5-day work week, an attractive benefits package, and opportunities for advancement. Put your motivation to work and grow with us at Currency. Visit gocurrency.com/careers to learn more.
Breaking here at the news desk. When you stack Allo Internet, DirecTV, and mobile, you can lock in your price for 2 years. Sources are confirming that when you stack Allo Internet, DirecTV, and mobile, your monthly price drops and you're locked in for 2 years. That's fiber fast internet, premium streaming TV, and reliable nationwide mobile coverage. And this just in, you must switch by Labor Day to secure that locked-in pricing for 2 years. Switch, stack, and save at allofiber.com/stack.
Bring new life to metal treasures with Kaiser Blasting and Coatings. From railings and fences to outdoor furniture and unique antiques, their expert team removes years of rust and weathering, then finishes each piece with a lasting powder coat. Trusted by industries across the region, now local homeowners and businesses can experience the same professional care. Visit KaiserBlasting.com or call 402-421-3559 to request your quote. Restore, protect, and make your metal shine like never before with the help of Kaiser Blasting and Coatings.
Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gaina Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gaina Trucking. Learn more and apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
You're listening to One-on-One with DP, sponsored by Mary Ellen's Food for the Soul on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome back. Final segment. And Tony Harvey has been an absolute joy. I want to thank Tony for spending time with us on Saturday and the breakdown. I mean, listen, it's a different world. It's a different planet. And as it evolves, Lincoln has a place in this. Nebraska athletics has a place in this. But I want to ask, I mean, again, Stanford, Texas, we're not talking about, little brothers of the poor. We're not talking about playing in dark alleys and in YWCA gyms. We're talking about Stanford, Texas. But you got to witness, you got to be a part of First Serve at Pinnacle Bank Arena in Lincoln. Give me your sales pitch on what you saw last night.
Unprecedented. It's amazing. I'm happy for the sport. I'm happy for the university. I'm happy to be a part of it. I'm happy that my kids have an opportunity to play in front of that crowd, even as the opposing team. But we knew coming in. I mean, we were looking forward to this game because you watch Nebraska volleyball from afar, and the consecutive home sellout streak. The winning, how difficult it is to play in either arena, right? On campus or off. And we knew what was coming. But again, like I said, at the 92,000 game, that was, oh my goodness, right? So at that point, we knew if you can put 90,000 in the stands for a women's volleyball match, 15-5 downtown, that's a cakewalk, But all off season, when the schedule came out, we talked about this game. Every single person from each university been looking forward to this, and I'm happy we got a chance to be a part of it. It was great watching. We get to watch two games. So watching Pitt, Nebraska, with no proverbial horse in the race. It was fun. I'm a fan. I'm a spectator, and I can sit back and relax and watch. Tomorrow afternoon we have to go against that, right? And now I think Jordan is excited. She's happy. She's looking forward to it. I ask her every day, like, how you feel in the morning? How's your body? Feels good. I talk to her a day. Nervous? No, not nervous. I know who they are. I know they're a great team, but this is what we play for. So for me, I relax, and now we can just go, sort of sit back and enjoy it. But the fans, the atmosphere, it's a beautiful arena. I mean, just coming over the highway and watching it over to our right, I'm like, wow, like that's a pro style arena, and we get to play there. It's amazing when you walk in, the energy in the arena, just watching the sea of red. There is a point where I'll look back and I'll pretend like it's me, right? Go Utes, or
right?
Walking in and seeing red and white is fun, but then you look closer and you're like, okay, this is Cornhusker country, and amazing people, wonderful fans. They're the nicest people ever. But when the clock strikes and it's time to compete, they're competitive, and the team over there. They have, a group of high school All-Americans, and most will become college All-Americans. They have a number of to-be pros on that Nebraska side. So we know it's a challenge, but it's a fun one, man. And like I said, when you want to play at the highest level against the highest level, there's no better place than Lincoln. So we're happy to be here. There are a lot of other universities that are watching us on TV, or fans all over the country, and universities that wish they can compete here. I know everybody from the Stanford Cardinals side, they're happy to be a part of it. So we're just enjoying the moment.
It is going to be an interesting Sunday in Lincoln, Pinnacle Bank Arena. The early report, Kansas won the final two sets.
Did they? Okay.
To come back and knock off Vanderbilt. They beat them 3-2. And Penn State and Creighton are about to have first serve here in a bit, so you'll have time to run across the street if that's what you want to do. We're close enough that you can get there and not miss much. It's a thing of beauty along the way. And then I will bug you all day tomorrow.
Oh, I'm here.
Bug you all day tomorrow. We're going to do the thing, but looking forward to all of it. Kind sir, this is the first of many appearances on the ticket. Count
Perfect. Anytime, man.
Count it.
Thanks for having me. Lincoln has been amazing. Spent some time in Omaha. That's amazing. University of Nebraska has been amazing every time I've been here. Love you all. But for about 2.5 hours tomorrow afternoon, go Card.
There we go, man. It's there. It is a beautiful thing. Tristan, thank you for your work today. Kind sir, I know you're a young man. It's time for you to hit the streets. So you've done your share. Greatly appreciated.
Yes, sir.
Royals are having at it. They will get it started on the terrestrial, and then on the streams we will provide you local content. Don't go anywhere. Ticket weekends. Have a fantastic Saturday. We'll see you tomorrow morning, Sunday, here on The Ticket.
Harvest season is coming, and Acres has discounted many of our late model John Deere combines. Get thousands in discounts and upgrade for this year's harvest. Plus, you could save even more with interest rates starting as low as 1.9% on select units. Low interest rates combined with our huge discounts, there's not a better time to buy. Visit acres.com for all the details. That's AKRS.com. Restrictions apply. Offer ends August 31st, 2025. Subject to approved financing. Offer may change at any time without notice.
Hey fans, there's more winning at Amigos with the VIP Game Day giveaway. Every app scan is your chance to win premium tickets to a Nebraska football, basketball, and volleyball game, along with exclusive game day perks. And when Nebraska goes to a bowl, the winner also gets 2 tickets, lodging, and airfare to the bowl game. Weekly semifinalists will win free food for a year. Go Big Red, eat at Amigos, and enter to win.
Amigos is celebrating 45 years with exclusive Nebraska Legends collectible cups featuring Tom Osborne, John Cook, and some of your favorite Huskers. For every cup sold, 50 cents goes to teammates. Show your Big Red pride by getting all 4 of these collectible cups at Amigos.
This is Tom Osborne with the Teammates Mentoring Program. We have students on the waiting list for a mentor, and we want you to join the team. Learn more about mentoring and support teammates by visiting Amigos.
An overdose can happen in front of you and you might not realize it. Blue lips, slowed breathing, pinpoint pupils, choking sounds, unresponsive to touch or sounds. These signs aren't always obvious, but they can be deadly. Knowing what to do could save your friend, your neighbor, your child. Learn more by visiting myhealthymind.crediblemmind.com so you can be ready before it happens. This message is funded in part by the CDC OD2A grant.
This is former Husker and NFL linebacker Jay Foreman. For years, I've suffered from degenerative problems in both of my ankles, but thanks to a thorough and thought-out plan provided by Advanced Medical Imaging, I was able to get my life back with the least amount of pain as possible. While working through multiple options, the team of physicians at Advanced Medical Imaging were there to answer any questions I had. If you're experiencing any pain at all and want to get your life back, go to amimaging.com or give them a call at 402-484-6677. Advanced Medical Imaging, located at 7601 Pioneers Boulevard.
At Parkview Animal Hospital in Lincoln, it's not just their professional care that sets them apart, but their warm staff and state-of-the-art facilities. Whether it's for a routine checkup or a comprehensive medical procedure, at Parkview, your pet isn't just another number, but a valued member of their caring family. Visit them at pahlincoln.com today and in person just south of 14th and Pine Lake Road. Parkview Animal Hospital, your pet, their passion for happier, healthier, furry friends.
Limitless Male says it's all fun and games until your testosterone plummets. Testosterone levels can start falling as early as age 30 with symptoms like no energy, poor sleep, brain fog,